What's up, YouTube? So I've got a couple questions about the breeding of the rats, and I've answered them in many videos, in comments, and a couple personal messages. Obviously, you guys don't want to go through all my videos and see what's what, so I'm just going to make one video. One guy personal messaged me, and he asked me a bunch of questions, and I answered most of them, but not all of them. So here's the video. Start off with, I'm going to read off my cheat sheet here. The snake rack, this is a rat rack. I made this with just a Sawzall and a cordless drill. I bought this one off Craigslist. Price is about the same, but you gotta find somebody that has an extra one that they want to sell, which I've been looking for a year and a half, and this is the only one that I've found. So I made this one with a Sawzall to make all the cuts, cordless drill to drill everything, and a square, which is really all you need. I'm sure there's multiple more tools that you need to do this properly, but this gets the job done efficiently and quickly. Home Depot does cut your wood, but I've told them to cut certain pieces of wood, and I want something more exact. They made one cut that was 74.5 inches, one cut that was 74.75. It's only a quarter of an inch, but sometimes it makes a great deal of difference. Obviously, I'm breeding a lot of rats here. There's three rats, female rats per tub, and then I've got a couple that just have males in them, and I switch out the males between all the females. So that's enough to supply my collection, and then I also sell lives and frozens online. So they pay for themselves. It costs about $60 every 2 or 3 months for food, and I sell a couple dozen rats, and it pays for their own food. So basically it's free to keep all these rats, plus I get food for my own collection, and then whatever else I breed, I get to sell them on top. Sometimes I sell them as pets, and I can jack up the prices for pets versus just snake food. I'm always cheaper than the local pet stores. I used to buy large rats for about $5 per. I'm selling them now for $2.50 to $3 each. What else? If I have too many rats, if I breed too many, I freeze them off because I don't want to waste all my food. So I freeze them and sell them at a later date. That way I don't have to pay to raise them up. I usually, but it's killing them off. I kill them off once a month.
How do you do that?
I use dry ice, so it's more humane. They just go to sleep, and then eventually they die.
They don't wake up.
They feel no pain at all. So we're going to do an update as well. Those are most of the questions that I can remember and that are on my cheat sheet. So we've got a couple that I'm raising up for future breeders. These are my albino girls. I've already set them up in groups of 3, so they're going to be in these groups for the rest of their lives. They're all really friendly. This one, I've got 3 hairless girls. And the hairless, for whatever reason, are a little more skittish. Maybe because they think they're so ugly, and I don't supply them with mirrors, but maybe something I should. These are going to be my black, or no, that's one hairless. Those are going to be males in here. And then over in this rack, I've got 3 albino girls, and the all brown one looks like a wild one. He's a male. I supply them with shredded up newspaper and pine pellets that are kiln dried so they're not poisonous to the rats. I bought a bunch of these chew sticks that they use, and then I also buy the 1x2s that you'll see throughout the rack. I cut them about 6 to 8 inches long, and they chew on that. Those are also thrown in the kiln so it gets rid of all the oils and toxics in them. Here we've got 3 black and white females and a black and white male. Also have a chew stick. They've got water bottles and foods in a little container in the back. Coming on down, this is just a random drawer. We've got one girl that we've kept forever.
Vendetta.
Yes, her name's Vendetta. Of course, my wife named her, so can't get rid of her. And she's come out with brown and whites, solid browns, white bellies. Just some really cool looking animals there. With the babies, we supply them with a cardboard toilet paper roll and egg crate, and they just chew that up.
Hi,
they
Vendetta.
hide in it and just have fun. Let's see, this is going to be black and white females and a all brown male. I've just got rid of most of them, so the only babies are in Vendetta's tank up here. These are the mice. They're really overpopulated themselves. So we've got fuzzies, we've got hoppers. There's some pinkies in here. I don't want to stir them up too much. These are the only guys that I supply a house with because the babies aren't tall enough to get up to the food that's in the back. I also give them treats every now and then. So this was a cucumber I gave them about half an hour ago, and they'd already tore that up. I clean them about once or twice a week. That takes about an hour to an hour and a half to clean. I also, at that point, figure out what animals I want to keep for future breeders, what animals are the right size to feed off to my own snakes, and if I want to freeze them off, I'll go through and mark them as well. So anything else? I think I covered it all. This rack, they've got food on half, and it goes almost all the way back. The other half is these are 16 quart or 16 ounce water bottles. I've also got the big 32 ounce ones. The 16 ounces usually last 2 to 3 days. I go and fill up bottles every day, just so if I forget the next day, nothing will go without being dehydrated. On this rack, I've got, if you want to come over, just gonna drop this one down so you guys can see. All of them use the Home Depot medium concrete mixing tubs. And then in the back here, we've got food in a lull hopper here, so it leaves all this open screen area for breathing and ventilation. As for anything else, there's a little bit of smell associated with rats. If you use pine bedding, then it's definitely more less stinky, but it's expensive. So the whole thing is keeping the cost down so I can pass it on to my customers. I don't want to keep the cost so low that it endangers the rat's health, because if I don't have healthy rats, I don't have healthy snakes. If my customers don't have healthy snakes, then I don't get any future business. So everything I do is as healthy as possible for the rats. I agree with a lot of you that they need bigger enclosures, but there's really not enough room. Everybody's bought a rat at one point that was in a tub like this. Unfortunately, these guys only have, their lives only last 3 to 4 months at the most. Some of them only a couple days. I love rats. If I could keep all of them and use them all as pets, I would, but vicious cycle of life. The snakes have to eat, rats have to eat, so they eat their animal byproducts. So don't yell at me for feeding my rats to snakes, because rats eat animals too. Anything else, please rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks. Bye.